Young Matoaka laughs, weaving through children playing near the flowing river. Life thrives in the Powhatan village. Women tend the fields, their movements rhythmic. Men shape tools with skilled hands, each strike precise and purposeful. Elders share tales, their voices weaving the rich tapestry of Powhatan history. English ships anchor off the coast of Jamestown, settlers disembarking onto Powhatan land. The construction of a fort begins, a stark symbol of intrusion on the native soil. Matoaka watches from a distance, her face reflecting curiosity mixed with growing apprehension. The untouched wilderness contrasts sharply with the burgeoning English settlement, foreshadowing conflict. Flickering firelight illuminates the Powhatan longhouse, casting long shadows on the faces of the gathered council. Wahansanakawa, Chief Powhatan, his face a map of wisdom and weariness, leads the somber assembly. Matoaka, young and observant, watches intently, her dark eyes absorbing the weighty discussions. The air hangs heavy with tension, mirroring the uncertain future looming over Powhatan and his people. In a forest clearing, John Smith is escorted by Powhatan warriors, tension hanging heavy in the air. Before Chief Powhatan, a dramatic ritual unfolds as clubs are raised high. A dramatic adoption ceremony is underway. A voice narrates as Smith kneels, fear etched on his face. Smith believes death is imminent, his eyes reflecting the warriors' poised clubs. The clubs descend, a symbolic act severing Smith from his past, watched by the tribe. Matoaka arrives at Jamestown, arms full with baskets, her movements purposeful. A fragile piece hangs in the balance, symbolized by Matoaka's visits. Matoaka laughs, beckoning the English boys. "Come, help me with these baskets." The boys rush forward eagerly. "What have you brought us today? Is that corn and berries?" Matoaka smiles, teasingly. "Patience, little ones. All will be revealed in due time." Torches flicker, casting eerie shadows across the Jamestown fort, where unspoken tensions simmer. Smith prepares to leave for England, unaware of the storm his departure will unleash. Matoaka receives news of Smith's supposed death, a cruel twist that shatters fragile alliances. Distrust hangs heavy in the air, foreshadowing the unraveling of peace between settlers and Powhatan. On the riverbank, Matoaka, lured by sweet words, steps onto the English ship, unaware of the looming betrayal. As she boards, the crew's smiles twist into cold masks, a silent signal of the trap closing around her. The ship transforms into a prison, its wooden walls now bars against the open sky. The riverbank recedes, a chapter of her life closing as the vessel pulls away. Each ripple carries her further from her home, each wave a step closer to an uncertain fate. Matoaka's journey begins, one of forced transformation and an unknown destiny. Sunlight paints bars across the Spartan room where Matoaka, now called Rebecca, stands, defiance flickering in her vulnerable gaze. Reverend Whitaker, austere and resolute, looms before her, a worn Bible clutched in his hand. He gestures towards the holy book, his voice a low, persuasive murmur weaving through the silent room. Symbols of an alien faith surround Rebecca, a stark contrast to the world she once knew. Her eyes reflect a battle between defiance and a compelling curiosity for this new, imposed belief. Sunlight paints Henricus Church in vibrant hues, illuminating the ancient baptismal font. Matoaka, a young Native American woman, stands poised for transformation before the solemn priest. Water cascades, washing away her past as she is reborn Rebecca in the eyes of the settlers. A small gathering of curious Native Americans and proud English settlers witness the sacred baptism. The ceremony symbolizes the English settlers' ambition to civilize the native population. A cultural chasm narrows, or so the settlers believe, with each drop of holy water. Rebecca stands by the river's edge at Henricus, her gaze fixed on the flowing water, John Rolfe approaches, drawn to Rebecca, a visible conflict etched on his face. "Rebecca, may I have a word?" John Rolfe asks, his voice tinged with uncertainty. "I find myself drawn to you," he confesses, wrestling with his conscience and faith. Rebecca's piercing gaze meets his. "Is love not sacred too?" she asks, challenging his beliefs. Sunlight paints the Jamestown church in gold, illuminating a fragile piece. The wooden beams stand as silent witnesses. Rebecca, adorned in an elegant gown, stands beside John Rolfe. A political alliance is forged in the heart of the colony. Their union is a calculated move, designed to bridge the chasm between English settlers and the Powhatan people. The air hangs heavy with unspoken tension. Every face reflects the weight of expectation and uncertainty. The simple structure of the church offers no refuge from the complex web of power and survival. Wahansanakawa gives his tacit consent, a grim necessity dictating the fate of two worlds. Under the Jamestown sun, Rebecca and John Rolfe stand tall amidst rows of vibrant tobacco. They survey the cultivation with pride, a lucrative crop promising wealth to the fledgling colony. The air hangs thick with the scent of drying tobacco leaves, a symbol of ambition. It also represents the exploitation of native land. In the Grand Royal Court, Rebecca stands before King James I and Queen Anne, a spectacle of calculated display. Adorned as an English gentlewoman, she embodies the Virginia Company's ambitious narrative. Every detail of her presentation is meticulously crafted, a symbol of conquest and civilization. The court gazes upon her, seeing not a person, but a living emblem of colonial triumph. The scene is a tableau of power, where identity is a performance and truth a fragile construct. In this theater of nations, Rebecca's role is both celebrated and tragically confined. Sunlight paints the room as Rebecca stands rigid, her face a mask of old resentment. John enters, his hopeful gaze meeting her cold stare, the weight of unspoken history hanging heavy. Rebecca's voice slices through the silence. "You lied to me, John." Her eyes blaze, fueled by years of betrayal. All those years, all those promises, lies. A beat of silence, then a colder accusation. "And the debts you owe to my people, they remain unpaid." The air thickens with the unspoken threat, the shattered remains of a romance now weapons. Gravesend docks bustle as the Rolfes ready for their voyage. Rebecca, once a princess, now frail, is carried ashore. Each step ashore seems to deepen Rebecca's fragility, her weakening state a stark contrast to her past vibrancy. The haunting fragility in her eyes tells a tale of fading strength, a stark departure from her former brilliance. Rebecca's journey marks a poignant transition, her delicate condition casting a shadow on their hopeful return. In the dimly lit room, Rebecca lies frail, her breath shallow. John Rolfe's face is etched with sorrow as he holds her hand. Rebecca's eyes flutter open, a faint smile gracing her lips as she looks at John. "John, it is so dark." John Rolfe clutches her hand tighter, his voice thick with emotion. "I am here, Rebecca. I am here with you." Rebecca's gaze drifts, lost in memories. "I remember the forests. I was Pocahontas then." Her voice fades, filled with a sense of displacement. "Now I am Rebecca, so far from everything I knew. My son. Ensure he knows both worlds." Rebecca's eyes close as the candle flickers and dies, plunging the room into darkness.